everybody. So, you can probably read the thumbnail. You can assume what I'm doing here. I'm going to be fixing most of my hybrids. Since I've finally accepted the fact I can't force insect antenna onto hybrids, I'm just gonna slightly edit a few genomes, and I'm actually going to completely redo a few hybrids, but they will get their own videos when I do completely redo them, so they won't be mentioned here. You'll just see when they come out. This will probably be one of my last videos in KindMaster because I'm seriously getting so irritated with everything that's happening with this stupid app. So I'm also getting used to CapCut from another project that I'm working on something separate. So CapCut might become my new main video making thing. I'm recording this literally at 2:09 in the morning, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into the fixing. We're into the fixings. I'm not even gonna try, and my brain's not working right now. On screen, you'll see the hybrids that have unnecessary insect antenna. Now, the main reason insect antenna are added into a bunch of my hybrids is it's a nice way to counteract if one hybrid aims for the ears or the eyes. They'll still be able to, the hybrid that I make will still be able to feel and sense the world around them in some sense if their other senses are compromised anyway. And also, I just really like how expressive antenna can be. So, as to not change too many designs, because I am way too lazy to do that, anything that adds insect antenna will be replaced with the oarfish. We will use these nice little fins right here as supplementary antenna. They won't be useful. They'll more or less be just for decoration, for style points. Style point, exactly. Me. Exactly what I meant to say. Style points is basically all oarfish will be adding at this point. And then we'll talk about actually fixing some genome issues that I will go in depth that won't affect design much because they're really internal problems. First to fix is my baby boy, Formido Profundi, which, if you know me, I love Formido Profundi so irrationally much. I love him. He is my favorite hybrid I have made ever. So, yeah, I will eventually redo this drawing I made of him because it's really, really old, and you can see how just... Because, Jesus, bro. This guy needs an updated design. So I will update his design, but most of the other ones won't be updated because I'm happy with how they look. But this one is just so chopped, bro. Look at it. I used to do like the sharp, jagged lines to represent teeth. It is not working, bro. Anyways, I'm yapping. I'll show his genome on screen and we'll talk about how to fix it. And here is his genome. First things first, way too many freaking animals on this genome list. So the main ones we're going to be keeping is T-Rex, Dwarf Croc. We'll replace Trapjaw Ant with Oarfish. We'll be keeping Dart Frog, Lionfish, Black Widow. We'll be keeping King Snake. We'll be keeping the Pit Viper. I'm sorry, I'm taking so long in between saying words. It's been 10 minutes since I've started recording this, so it's now 2:19. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm yapping. We will be keeping Spinosaurus. We'll be keeping Polar Bear. We will be keeping Komodo Dragon. And we'll be keeping Moray Eel. Everything that was not mentioned, so Jurassic World Mosasaur, Jewel Wasp, those guys, anything that wasn't mentioned, we'll be getting rid of, which is still a very large genome, to be completely honest. Now, if you don't know why insect parts don't work on vertebrates, I do. I know why. I didn't know this when I started making hybrids, but I do now. And I actually have known this for a while, which is why some of my hybrids have stopped having antenna over time. Because trust me, I've been tempted multiple times, but I've talked myself out of it. It's because vertebrates and invertebrates, almost all invertebrates, if not all invertebrates, have an open circulatory system, which means their blood is kind of just in there. There's no veins. Well, there's veins, but they're not fully formed. They cut off at certain parts. Their blood kind of just flows around in their body. Not to mention that exoskeletons do not very well mix with actual skin. So, yeah. That's the main reason. The main reason why invertebrate parts don't work on vertebrates is because of the different types of circulatory systems. Since we have closed circulatory systems, which means we have veins, arteries. There's another one I can't think of because it's now 2:20 in the morning. uh, but yeah, that's the main reason why invertebrate parts do not work on vertebrates. If you did not know that. And we will be taking Spinosaurus, and we'll be making it the base. I don't know why original me wanted to make Suchomimus the base so badly, but yeah. We were taking off Trapjaw Ant because originally I thought if the bite was cushioned by flesh in between, it wouldn't snap the jaws off. I was very wrong, and I see that now. Dual wasp venom would not work. Even on a larger scale, it would not work on anything bigger. And I did acknowledge Master Dragon saying, "Oh, venom on bigger end." I don't care. Formido Profundi is keeping all of his venom. Now, while I added goodness gracious, sorry. Black Widow is staying in. Instead, we're going to take out the fangs, and we're going to just keep the venom and the coloration. So, yeah. And what else? Jurassic World Mosasaurus, it's fake, so we're taking it out since it's not a real animal. Yeah, so, to the next hybrid that I'll be fully fixing. Now, I really doubt anybody remembers Magnus Acidum Rex. I do. She's one of my favorite hybrids, actually. I do really like how I designed her. But the reason she's not being included in here is because she was designed with no rules in mind. So she's keeping her antenna and she's keeping all her wacky insect features. So, yeah, that's the reason. If you were wondering, that's why she's not included in this. Also, another one I really doubt anybody was asking about. Regenerative Regum is not being mentioned because of lore reasons. When I eventually, oh my gosh, he's gonna bring it up again. The Tyrannus Interfector and the Regenerative Regum video. Oh my goodness. In the million years when that finally comes out, lore reasons is why he's gonna stay the way he is. Now for Percy, actually, you know what, I'm gonna switch the image. I like the egg face South American female better. Now Percy is a little bit trickier because I still need to keep that delicate balance between combat effectiveness and weight to be able to fly properly. So we'll be adding the oarfish. We'll take out wasp. We'll take out the dragonfly. Again, it's 2 a.m. I'm going to be stuttering a lot. We will be instead using the Harris's Hawk for eyesight. I will update the Percy's design because I'm taking out the wasp, which means it won't have a stinger, but I want to keep that tail spike thing. So we'll be adding Stegosaurus, and we'll just genetically modify it so these tail spikes are smaller, much smaller. And they might actually help a little bit with steering. I may be incorrect in that, but based off of like Dimorphodons and bird pictures, not birds, pteranodons, they seem to have little notches in their tail to help them steer. I may be wrong. I may be really wrong about that, but yeah. So in the future, Formido Profundi will get a redesign because he's one of the oldest. He's actually second oldest. I actually designed Regenerative Regum before I designed Formido Profundi and the program I use to make my digital art. Off topic, but in the future, Percy will get a redesign where these features are properly added, and they won't be so insectoid. Next. I'm going to use a title card for them because I don't feel like putting up both images. But we have King and Ace, which is my team for the All Hybrid War from Dino Den. Also, Dino Den, if you're watching this, are you dead? I have not seen anything from you in a very long time, bro. Are you okay? Anyways, I'm going to put their genomes on screen because I honestly do not remember. I remember that Ace's genome is just Formido Profundis, except small. So, yeah. First up, from both of these, Jewel Wasp, gone. Snapjaw, or Trapjaw Ant, gone. Yeah. We'll replace those with Oarfish, obviously, to keep the antenna. And really, yeah, these guys are a mess, bro. To be completely honest, these guys are a mess. I'm gonna remove the Poison Dart Frog from King. Oh, by the way, King is on the right and Ace is on... No. Sorry. King is on the left. Ace is on the right. So you can see how Ace's genome is literally just copy-paste of Formido Profundis with a few modifications. And yeah, I really think that's about it. I don't think we really have to edit too much for these guys. They're a mess. They're going to be a mess either way, but it does... I mean, yeah, so... Nick! And this is my D-Rex 2.0. If you don't know him, that makes a lot of sense because I think I posted a picture of him and then like no genome on my community tab, but I did post his entire genome on Zane's Discord. So yeah. Anyways, so the main issue with this guy is, of course, insect DNA. I love insects, bro. Apparently I love these guys so much. Yeah. So really the only issue here is the ironclad beetle. So just pretend those gray spots on his skin are the same teal as the rest of his body, and we're good. I think so. I'll put the gene up. I'll put the genome up, and then like make comment if I see any other problems. Yeah, I really don't see any problems here. The reason D-Rex is in the genome is because I didn't know how to get this body plan without just adding D-Rex. So yeah, yeah, and I did try my best to be able to make Electric Eel work in this hybrid. As you can tell, I did a bit of research just to try and get this to work. But whatever. Next. Oh God, you're an entire mess. We'll tackle you a different day. We're not doing that. Now I know I said I wouldn't mention it, but I'm gonna mention it. So Zero here, and of course Discord, are going to get entire 2.0s. Why? I feel a bit embarrassed that Zero and the Percys did so badly. And Zane gave me the Matty Metal anyway, and I feel I feel really bad. So I'm gonna try and fix their issues. I'm gonna make entirely new partners for the Zero 2.0, and I'm gonna make Zero 2.0. I already have a somewhat plan of what to do here, or what to do for Zero and Zero 2.0 and the okay, stuttering. Sorry. And Discord's gonna get an entire revamp because he is just... I love him so much. He's one of my favorite hybrids. But he does too much. Yeah, like, I love the fact that I was going for Brickleback, but, like again, the main problem with invertebrates on vertebrates is the open circulatory system. Squids are invertebrates, so and I don't want to ruin Discord's magic, how he looks. What makes me love him is his uniqueness, because well, it makes him unique because it doesn't work. It literally doesn't work. So yeah, we're gonna fully revamp Discord or revamp Zero, and I'm going to completely make new. That's for that video. And yeah, so thank you for watching. This was again a mess. I've recorded this in 30 minutes exactly now. It's 2:39. It was 2:38 and it changed to 2:39 when I was like gonna sit here and chat until it went to 2:39, so it would actually be like an entire 30 minutes. Record this all in 30 minutes, so it's very, very broken, and yeah, you could probably tell. This is not my most high quality video because I've been wanting to make this, but I didn't have the motivation to until almost 3 a.m. for some reason. So yeah, expect all of those updates soon enough. And yeah, thank you for watching.